Welcome, my dear nerds, to the MMO Lover channel. As you can see, this is a brand new channel. I encourage you to support my work by dropping your best subscription. It helps me considerably. I am a French content creator, and I decided to share with you my passion for the world of MMORPG through the voice of Jeremy, my voice assistant. In this second part, we will continue to discover the list of the most played MMO at the end of 2025. I am sure you will find your happiness there. Let's go. Let's begin with its weaknesses. Being a relatively young game, common critiques include server instability, sometimes empty zones between peak times, light content, and balancing challenges as the community grows. The lore of Once Human takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is reborn amid ruins, ancient technology opposing factions, and mysteries about the past. This dark setting allows players to engage in reconstruction, survival, and discovery. The gameplay blends free exploration, cooperative quests, player versus environment battles, group missions, player versus player engagements, character progression, crafting, and resource management. The design encourages cooperation, community building, and collective strategy more than isolated solo play. What makes it promising is this focus on an immersive dark universe and the ambition to build a new generation multiplayer game community from its early days. The studio/publisher is not yet as renowned as the major players, which adds both uncertainty and freedom. Currently, Once Human's media coverage is limited, but it is cited as a recommended game in popular online game rankings. Warborn Above Ashes is a real-time player versus player online game where action never stops. Faction battles are constant, and the world is designed for immediate engagement. Players are not restricted by fixed classes. Over 40 drifters can be unlocked, using over 100 types of equipment to build personalized styles. Battles range from 1 versus 1 duels to massive 100 versus 100 sieges, with guild skirmishes and interstellar warfare. The goal is to break linearity. Progression isn't mandatory. Focus is on engagement, strategy, and constant conflict. The lore describes a post-apocalyptic interstellar universe where 6 factions vie for supremacy, with permanent war mechanics, betrayal, diplomacy, trade, and sabotage. Every action impacts the metagalactic layer, system conquest, route control, alliances, and pact breaking. Zones are persistent, not instanced, with long-term consequences. Its notable feature is the commitment to continuous conflict, where every player can leave a mark in global warfare. Design emphasizes strategy, coordination, and diplomacy more than simple leveling up. Critiques exist. Many players note the pay-to-win model for infused items or advanced weapons. Seasonal loot or rare rewards favor highly invested or paying players. Others feel lost in massive conflicts if their guild or coalition is very large. The game launched globally on September 19th, 2025. The game relies on centuries of Warcraft lore, conflicts between the Horde and Alliance, Old Gods, Burning Legion, the Void, Cosmic Awakenings, Relics, and legendary heroes. Each expansion unfolds grand narratives. Gameplay combines questing, a lot of dungeons, many raids, player versus player content, learn professions, explore of course, and soon housing, a long-awaited dimension. Mythic plus dungeons, affixes, and timed content diversify experience, while narrative and open-world elements attract freer players. World of Warcraft is legendary for shaping modern multiplayer games. Its success set standards, maintained remarkable longevity, and built a massive community with coherent worlds evolving over 2 decades. Critiques include perceived lack of radical innovation, graphical stagnation, repeated content, and overwhelming complexity for newcomers. In late 2025, the major news is the housing system, launching in early access December 3rd, 2025, for Midnight expansion pre-orders. Players will have faction-specific homes, full interior and exterior customization, and racial themes. Blizzard promises thoughtful integration, more than a simple cosmetic addition. The Midnight expansion brings new social hubs, campaigns in regions like Zulaman, and new specializations. World of Warcraft remains a pillar in the online gaming ecosystem. Warframe is an MMO shooter you could completing cooperative missions with your mates. Emphasis is on team synergy, building optimized mod setups, mastering weapons and warframes, raids, and seasonal events. Combat is fast, customization is deep, and progression is as relentless. Lore is subtle but present. Lotus Order, Orokin, Sentience, Corruption. Warframe origins, hostile factions. Updates expand the story. Codex entries and secondary quests provide hidden narrative layers. Warframe's remarkable feature is its generous free-to-play model with massive content, allowing longevity. Frequent updates and an active community sustain the game. Critiques involve complex mechanics, not always explained, repetitive grind after hundreds of hours, and hidden optimization aspects. In 2025, Warframe remains among the most active online games. Its content density and age maintain player interest. Minecraft is not a traditional online game, but massive multiplayer servers, persistent worlds, and RPO/MMO-style communities qualify it. There is no enforced lore. Players create stories, build, explore, and compete. The gameplay is really versatile. DBTs, a lot of construction, of course, but also crafting, a survival mode, player versus player, many mods, and large minigames. Legendary for its complete freedom, absence of narrative constraints, modularity, and transformative potential, Mojang/Microsoft treat it as a platform as much as a game. Weaknesses: lack of unified narrative for story seekers, performance variability depending on servers. By 2025, Minecraft remains one of the most played games globally, and its multiplayer communities, mods, and MMO-style servers thrive. EVE built a legend as a sandbox space online game, where players dictate events but also powerful alliances, betrayals, some very large interstellar wars, espionage, and player-driven economy. Lore includes stellar races, corporations, ancient conflicts, and wormholes. Gameplay demands patience, strategy, and expertise. Fleet battles, market management, diplomacy, and alliance sieges. Every loss matters, emphasizing high stakes. EVE's iconic status comes from extreme freedom. Player actions create stories and shape the universe. Weaknesses: steep learning curve, time investment, high risk, and potential isolation deter some players. In 2025, EVE maintains a loyal player base. CCP continues expansions, balance updates, and inter-empire events to keep it relevant despite more modern competitors. The Elder Scrolls Online, often called ESO, remains one of the great living worlds of fantasy gaming. Set across the entire continent of Tamriel, it allows players to travel from the snowy peaks of Skyrim to the golden coasts of Somerset, freely exploring regions that once existed only in single-player adventures. Unlike many traditional online games, ESO doesn't confine players by level or zone. Every area scales to your character's strength, giving you the freedom to go wherever curiosity leads you. Its gameplay blends rich, story-driven quests with dynamic public events, dungeons that demand coordination, and massive player-versus-player wars across Cyrodiil. Each class offers flexible customization, letting you shift between roles and adapt to your own combat rhythm. For many players, that freedom is what defines the experience. It's not just an adventure, it's your story, written across a continent. ESO's greatest strength lies in how it translates the essence of the Elder Scrolls universe into a shared world. Familiar lore, iconic cities, and recognizable guilds like the mages and the fighters add a sense of belonging. The world feels handcrafted and lived in. Even years after its launch, the game continues to expand, introducing new chapters and storylines that keep Tamriel alive. But not everything is perfect. Some players criticize the pacing of endgame content, the repetition in certain dungeons, or the optional subscription system, which can feel almost necessary for comfortable progression. Despite that, ESO stands strong in 2025. Backed by ZeniMax and Microsoft, it receives steady updates, new zones, and seasonal events that maintain its place as one of the most enduring and story-rich online games in the world. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to use the comment space to tell me about the MMO you spent hours and hours on. If they are unfortunately missing from this list, I would be happy to highlight it in a future video. Now I just have to wish you a good day, a good evening, or a good night. Thank you very much. It was the MMO Lover.